So hi guys, so good evening all of you. Right. So in the last session, we taken out how to add constraints on your existing table. Okay, na? So that we discussed in the last class. Okay, na? So hello. Okay, so now how we are adding here in the same to same, I need to drop now. Okay, so how we are going to be dropping constraints on your existing table. Okay, let you see guys here the dropping syntax. How to drop constraint from an existing table. Okay, right. So now the syntax was right. Syntax is what now? Alter table name, and we are using drop. Okay, so constraint, and we are sending here the constraint. Okay, the constraint key name, whatever it was there. So that was we are going to be taking. Okay, na? Right. So this is our syntax guys here. So simple alter table name, drop constraint key name. Okay, na? Right. So let me check out here. One by one constraint we are going to be dropping. For example, first I need to drop your primary key. So first of all, I want to call it there are two tables now we designed here. One is parent table and one is child table. Okay, right. Now, if you want to see the constraint, I was sending here, so column underscore name, comma, constraint underscore name from user underscore cons underscore columns, user underscore cons underscore columns. So where table underscore name is equals to the table name is one is parent table. So these are the constants we have on the parent table, right? And the same to same, we are going to be the child table. When you see in child tables also we have a foreign key. So these are the constants we applied in the last class guys here yesterday, right? Suppose I need to drop a primary key. For example, primary key constant I want to drop. Okay, so how to drop here? We are using alter table and a table name. Suppose which table here? Parent table. So drop. So what I need to drop? Constant. And your constant key name. What is the key name? Serial number underscore pk. Constant key name is what now? Serial number underscore pk. So when I'm going to deleting or I'm going to dropping my primary key constant. Okay, what it was happening, you can see it was showing error. So pk serial number, sorry, constant name is pk serial number, pk underscore serial number. Okay, so what it was happening, you can see it was showing some error message, and what it was saying, this unique or primary is referenced by some foreign keys. Okay, now, so your primary key constant we can't directly drop. Why, sir, we can't directly drop here means the reason is what now? The reason is what now? Okay, the reason is what now? These, these or this primary key is having some relationship with the foreign key. So whenever your primary key is having relationship with foreign key, then we can't directly drop. Then we cannot directly drop here. Okay, now. So then how to drop my primary key means here you should use one statement. Okay, when you're dropping your primary key, we should use one statement. The statement is called as a cascade. When I'm using cascade, then only your primary key is successfully dropping and table is altered. And after dropping this, okay, let you say come out and see whether your constant is successfully dropping or not. Let you come back and see it now. Okay, so primary key successfully dropped. So how the primary key is dropped here, along with the primary key, whatever the relationship was there, like child table, primary key, child table, foreign key is also dropping here. So once you drop your primary key, okay, along with your primary key, so your foreign key is also dropping because these both are having relationship. Okay, now, so that means what you understand here, whenever you want to drop a primary key, if that primary key is having relationship with the foreign key, then we can't directly drop. So that's why we are using what now? Cascade. That's why we are using what now? Cascade. Okay, now? Right. In the same to same, the remaining whatever it was there, unique, check, and not null, these are also we can go to drop here. So now we can say alter table name is parent. Okay, drop constant, and constant key name is what now? uq underscore name. So that I'm going to dropping successfully, and let you see it was dropping or not. So uq successfully dropped. In the same to same, I want to go for alter table name is parent. So I'm using drop keyword. Okay, drop constant, and constant key name chk underscore stan. So it is also successfully dropped. Now you can see the check constant also dropping here. And now we can go for alter table. The table name is what now? Parent. Okay, drop. So constant, my constant key name sal underscore nn. So this is also drop, and you can see, so there is no constant on my parent table, as well as there is no constant in my child table. So all constants are we successfully dropped from parent and child. So this is how to adding and how to dropping your constants. Okay, now, right. In the next one is, the next mechanism is how to rename constant name. How to rename a constant name. Suppose whenever you want to rename your constant names, okay, then how we can do it that was. How you can do it that was. Okay, now. So then we will see the syntax. First observe. The syntax is alter table name, and here renaming keyword I'm using guys here. So the rename, what I need to rename means constant, and here I need to send constant old constant, okay, old constant name to new constant name, new constant name. Okay, let me see the syntax and come out example. Suppose are you creating one table, the table is emp33. Okay, now suppose one of my column, so int, and here I was applied unique constant, and now I was created. Okay, now, but here whatever the user defined constant key name was not given, directly my constant name I applied on eid column. And this information do you want to see, then I just go for this. Okay, so EMP33, let you see your EID column system is created by default some constant key name. System is created by default some constant key name. Understand now? Right. So now what it was happening, this name, whatever it was there, suppose this constant name I want to change now. How to changing here means alter table. The table name is what now? EMP33. And rename, what I want to rename constant. Old constant name is what now? What is your old constant name here? Sys underscore C double 06123. Okay, this is to my new constant name I'm taking here, UQ underscore EID. If I say the new constant name, let you see the table successfully altered, and later you can come out here. So your EMP33 table, now your constant key name. So previously system defined was there, so that was successfully we changed. So got it guys, all of you? Now clear how to changing? Okay now? So are you clear? Now your constant key name is changing. Hello guys, are you audible? Hello, hello. Okay, right. So this is how to change your constant name. Okay now? Right. So now this is what we called as guys. Okay. Now the next one is, the next mechanism is how to disable or enable constraints. Okay. Okay, how to disable or enable constraint on table. On table. So here, what is the mean by enable disable means? What is the mean by enable disable means? So whatever the constant, suppose you applied one constant on a particular column, right? And that column, whatever the constant was there, the constant I'm not dropping here, I'm not deleting here, but certain period of time, that means as per my requirement basis, temporarily the constant nature, the constant working nature, whatever the nature of constant is there, that nature I need to disable. Temporarily I want to disable that constant behavior or the constant nature. At this moment, disable enable keys are we are going to be using. For example, see one practically I will show you. Suppose let you come out, and before that I'm going to passing syntax here. Alter table name. So here I'm taking here disable or else enable. So any key you can use disable or enable. What we need to disable constant, and now you can give it here constant key name. Okay, now constant key name. So this is generally enable and disable constant statement or syntax. Now let you come out. Suppose I'm going to create a table. Table name is what now? For example, EMP number 44. Suppose serial number, and suppose I'm using salary. It's the number type, and there I'm going to applying some constant. Or suppose let you see, I just up to here I was given, or you can directly add, means you can add, no problem. So this is one table, and now on this table, now I'm going to apply some constant. So EMP44. So add constant and the constant key name. Okay. So what is my constant key name? For example, CHK underscore salary. Okay. And the condition I'm giving, check salary is greater than, suppose 6,000 I was given. Okay, now after this, if you want to see this constant is added or not, EMP44 in your user, what we can say data dictionary. So yes, CHK underscore salary was successfully, it was going to be added. So whenever you want to applying your constants on a column, by default, every constant is enable position. That means by default, every constant is working position. Okay. So now you can see, okay, fine, successfully be done. And let you call your table. Okay, so no data. Now I'm insert into EMP44 and sending values, serial number 1 and some salary I'm passing here. Suppose here 5,000. Okay, 500 I'm passing. So can I insert this value, guys? Okay, I cannot insert. Why we cannot insert, guys, means your condition is salary is greater than 6,000, but I'm inserting 5,500. So constant is violated. Your constant is violated. So that means now tell me your check constant is enable mode or disable mode. Which mode? Enable or disable? Yes, enable mode. Enable means working mode. Disable means not working mode. Okay, now the meanings of enable means working, disable means not working. So now your check constant is working now. Yes or no, guys? Your check constant is working now. Yes, working means it is enable now. Yes, so enable. Now that's why 55,000 whenever user inserting it is not allowed. And now I'm inserting now 65,000 I'm inserting. That means 6,500 I'm inserting. Can I allow this? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So that means which is less than 6,000 is not allowed, but greater than 6,000 is allowed. Right? Now this is the constant is by default enable. Okay now. Right. So now what I want to do, present my constant is working. Present my by default any constant whatever you applied on a table column, by default every constant is working mode, enable mode. Okay now. So now this constant I need to disable now. How to disable means alter table, the table EMP44, which key? Disable key. Disable what I need to disable? Constant. What is my constant key name? CHK underscore salary. Suppose I just make it a disable mode. So when I make it disable mode, it means that what now? Your constant is not dropping. Your constant is not dropping, guys. Careful observe. Your constant is not dropping. Your constant was there as it is. See, your constant was there as it is. Constant is there. Constant is disable mode. So that means here I'm not dropping, I'm not deleting any constant. Constant I'm keeping as it is. Constant I'm keeping as it is. Yes or no? But that is not working position now. Why sir this constant is not working position now means we are using what now? Disable key. So when we are using disable key, your constant is working, but it is not working. So now whenever it is not working, let you come out, call my table emp44. Okay, fine. So the less than 6000 is not allowed. Now I'm inserting now. Okay, now I'm inserting now. Insert into emp44, sending values of serial number 2. Now I'm sending 4500. Can I allow this? Can I allow this? Yes, I can allow. I can allow this salary. Why, sir? Why are you allowing this salary? Means maybe 4500 is not satisfied my condition. 4500 is not satisfied my condition. Okay, now, but how it is allowed? How it is allowed means yes. Why it is allowed means your constant, sir. Your constant is what now? Disabled now. Are you disable your constant? Are you disable your constant means your constant is not working now. So whenever constant is not working, then condition is not checking. Practically think, guys, everything. Okay, now don't go for blindly. Okay, now some statement think, logically think. Disable means what now? Not working mode. So whenever constant is not working, is it possible to checking your condition? No, simple. When it was checking your condition, whenever your constant, whenever your condition, that means your constant is working mode, then only condition will be checking. Otherwise, not checking. Right now. So why are you confusing, guys? I don't understand. Somebody still they are confusing. Still they are confusing. That means they're not understanding the words of meaning. The meaning words you don't know. I think so. Disable means how it is again allowed here. Okay, disable means how it is again not allowed. Somebody saying like that. I don't know. Somebody is what it is. Okay, now. So here, simply, guys, here disable means not working. Enable means working. Now what I did my constant disable, I did that. Disable means what I said, not working. Not working means what now? Your check constant is not working. Not working means your condition is not checking. Your condition is not checking means what do you say? This 4500 is allowed. Because data is not validating now. Yes or no? Not checking means not validating. So that's why the condition, whatever you given, that condition is not validated. That's why 4500 is accepted. Like this you can insert, like this you can insert. Suppose are you inserting, insert into emp of 55 if I'm sending now. Okay, if I'm sending 55 now 1200 I'm sending. Can I accept now? Come on, guys. So be practically think and focus on that. Every statement focus on that carefully, then you can easily understand. There's nothing was there in this. Okay, right. Can I allow this? Yes, of course I can allow. Yes, of course I can allow. Okay, emp 55 to 54. Okay, of course I need to allow because my check constant is what it is, what it is, disable mode. That's why you can send any value, it was allowed. You can send any value, it was allowed. You can send any value, it was allowed. Okay, now you can send any value, it was allowed. Okay, now all are going to be allowed. So that means, okay, see, 6000 less than values are allowed, 6000 above values are allowed, all type of allowed here, because my constant is disabled, is not working. Okay, now, right. So this is what, so whenever you make it disable, then your condition is not verified, your condition is not checking. So that's why whatever the data user inserted, the data is accepting. This is disable. Okay, this is disable statement. Okay, now so temporarily our constants are, we are going to be making not working position. We are going to be making not working position. Okay, after inserting your data, again you have to enable. So this is disable key, how it was working. Okay, so I make it my constant disable and I inserted some data. Later, I want to make it again enable. Now I just make it enable again, alter table name is emp44, enable, what I need to enable constant. So chk underscore salary. But guys, carefully think, just logically think, already my table is having some data, right? And what is my condition I was given? Check condition is salary greater than 6,000, right? And now now I'm going to enable here. Now tell me, your check constant is enable now? Now tell me, your check constant is enable now? Yes, sir. Enable, huh? How can it enable, guys? Here already 4,500 not satisfied, 1,200 not satisfied. Then how can it is enable? How can it is enable, guys? Just think once. My condition is 6,000. Your already existing data is there on the table. Now I'm trying to enable, but how it is enable? Already wrong data is there now. 4,500 and 1,200 is there now. So these two rows are not satisfied your condition now. When it is not satisfied your condition, then how can you enable your check constraint? Just think, yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Okay, right. So enable means what now? Again, I'm going to making working position. Working position means what now? Your condition again working now. Your condition again activated. Your condition is activated. Then enable means your condition is activated. But unfortunately, there are two rows are there in the table. These two rows are not satisfied my condition. There are two rows are there. These are not satisfied my condition. Right? That's why what it was happen. Again, if you want to enable your check constant, what it was happen, it was showing error. It was showing error. What it was telling us, cannot validate check constant violated. Okay, now understand my point now? Yes. So that means why sir, we cannot validate means the problem is what now? First row satisfied your condition greater than 6,000 condition satisfied. Last row satisfied, but second and third row not satisfied your given condition. So that's why check constant is not enabled here. Then how to enable, sir? How to enable, sir, means here to enable your check constant on this column. Okay, then what we want to do here, we need to use one statement. The statement is called as a no validate statement I want to use. When I'm using no validate statement, when I'm using no validate statement, then what it was going to be happening, guys, here. Okay, what it was going to be happening here. So you can, that means when I'm using no validate means what happened? Whatever existing data was there in the table, whatever existing data is there in the table, those existing data is not a check. Those existing data is not check. Okay, is not checking, but newly inserted data checking. Okay, now let me see, let you see, you can understand now. Alter table name, enable, and here I can say no validate constant key name is what now, chk underscore salary. So when I'm using no validate statement, what happened? Whatever the data existing under table, these existing data is not checking with your condition. That means existing data is not comparing with your condition. Okay, whatever the existing data is there, that is not compared by your check constraint, because no validate, that existing data is not going to be validating, not going to be checking, not going to be comparing with your condition. Understand now? So that's why what it was happened, whatever it was there, I don't mind it, because this data is not validating, because your data is not validating. That's why whatever the data was there, that is, I don't mind it, whatever it was there, because of reason this existing data is not a validate. So not validate means your check constant is enable. Your check constant is enable, because this existing data is not checking with your condition. So that what happened, it is a freshly taking and freshly enabled here. Okay now. So after enable your check constant, now whatever the newly inserted data, whatever I'm newly inserting data, now newly inserted data, EMP44, sending values 5 comma, okay, 5 comma, some amount I'm passing here, like for example, 5,800 I'm passing. Now this is new data I'm inserting. Yes or no? I'm inserting new data. But whenever you want to inserting new data, before inserting new data, your check constant is which mode now? Which mode now? Come on, guys. Your check constant is which mode? Yes, your check constant is enable mode. Enable mode means now newly inserted data is verifying now. Now newly inserting data is verifying now. And now tell me, now 5,800 is satisfied your condition? Is satisfied your condition? Yeah, not satisfied. It's not satisfied means, is it allowed? Is it allowed? No. And now your data not allowed. What it was saying here, check constant is violated. Understand now? Now what happens? Now onwards, whatever the newly inserted data only checking, but already existing data is not checked out. That's why it is enable. That means it was taking like a freshly, enable, because old data is not checking, and old data is not comparing, and old data not considering. Point understand now? Your old data, whatever it was there in the table, that data is not considered. When it is not considered, whenever we are using no validate statement, when we are using no validate statement, then your existing data in table, that is not considered by your check constraint. That's why you can happily enable. After enable, then what happened? Newly inserted data is considered and checking. If it is true, allowed. If it is false, not allowed. So that's why it is a false 5,800. That's why not allowed. But the same thing, if I want to go for insert EMP number 44, sending values of 5 comma 8,000. Now can I say my true condition is true now? Come on, guys. Can I say now condition is true? Yeah, true. True means allowed now. Yes, successfully allowed. And let you come out. Your EMP 44 is allowed. Okay now. So this is disable and enable constant. Okay, how to enable and how to disable constant on your existing table. Okay now, right? So these are what now, guys, here the constants here. So as of now, so unique, not null, check, primary, and foreign, we discussed these constants. But guys, here along with these constants, one more constant is there, that is called as a default is a one more constant is there. So this is one of the special constant we called here. And this constant, okay, for what purpose we need to use means, for example, let you tell me, suppose this is my table and these are columns. Now I was given X, Y column and Z column. And this is one of my table, okay, test table, something. Now I'm passing here, insert into test table, test of X comma Y values. I'm sending here 1 comma A. I'm sending values 1 comma 1 comma A. So whenever I was inserted this record, guys, your X place 1 it will take, Y place A will be take. What about Z, guys? What about Z? X comma Y column values I'm inserting. Then what about your Z? Z by default what it will take? Yeah, Z by default what it will take? Null. Same to same, if I'm inserting second time also, suppose I'm inserting second time also, okay na? So 2 comma B I inserted and I left my Z column, then what it was take by default? I left my Z column, then what it was taken by default? Null. And now tell me guys here, whatever the null is taken here, this null is by default na? Come on guys, this null is by default it was taken na? Yes. So can I say whatever the default null was taken, can I say it is a system defined default value? Can I say? Can I say guys? Come on, yes or no? Yes, I can say. So what I want to do now, whatever the system defined default value by default is taken null, in place of system defined, I want to give my, what is the user defined default value. User defined default value. Okay. So by default, your system will giving null there. But now I want to use what now? User defined default value. I want to give it. Then how to give user defined default value means by using of a default constant. By using of what? A default constant. So understand now na? Yes. So what you say finally, what you concluded here, default constant, what you concluded here means default constant is used to assign a user defined default value to a column. User defined default value to a column. So whenever you want to assigning some user defined default value to a particular column in a table, so there you can use this special constant. This constant name is default. Okay, na? Right. So how it is? Let you come out example. Now I am create table. The table EMP55. Okay, na? Now I will take here employee ID number and employee name and employee location. I'm taking here but on the location I'm using default location name is HYD. The default location name is HYD was given. So along with this, I'm going to create a now. Right now, after table designing like this, let you insert now. Insert into EMP55. Okay, sending my required columns EID comma ename, sending values. Now EID 101, ename is Sai. Yeah, now I insert it. So we all of you know how many the specific columns I mentioned, and those columns values only I'm passing. That means here which column I left, guys? LOC column left. Now tell me, by default LOC column, what it was taken by default? It will take Hyderabad or it will take null? Yes, it will take what it is, Hyderabad. Why not null means already user defined default value we assign to LOC column. So that's why null was not taken. In place of null, what it was taken, HYD. Let you see. Okay, Hyderabad. Same pattern if I want to insert another row data. Okay, another row data 102. The name is Jones. Again, LOC column is left. Then whatever you left, again, what it was taking here. So spelling is values. Okay, so values of again 102, and I was taken here Jones, and again I left. So again, what it was taken means again it was taken HYD. So that means how many times are you left your LOC column? How many times are you left your LOC column? For every time by default, Hyderabad was taken, HYD. Okay, now for every time is for taking HYD. Okay, now suppose you need to send. If you send no, sir, I want to send different name, different location, then you have to mention LOC column name mention, and you can pass it 103. The name is Ellen. So now we can pass here Pune. Yeah, no problem. It is acceptable. So when the default value is taken, whenever user left that column, that means user is not sending any value to that column, then only default value was taken. Suppose user is sending value to that column, then why should I want to take default value? Okay, now default value when we want to take when user left a column value, he didn't pass a column value, there only your default was taken. But if you want to insert your own value, yes, you can own value, you can insert, there is nothing problem to you. Okay, now, so now we can see that own value is accepted or not. Yes, Pune. Understand my point now? So this is default constraint, how we can go to use on your table. Okay, right. This is what I did in this example. The default value I was assigned here along with the table creation. Along with the table creation, I was allowed. I'm just assigning here along with the table creation. But next one is what now? On existing table, how to add default value. Okay, now? So that is what it was telling. How to add default value to an existing table column. Let you come out and see the syntax here. alter table, table name, modify. Here also why sir are using modify again? Why sir are you using modify again means I already said to you. By default, every column what it will take, guys? Null was taken. That means already by default every column is taking null. So that null is what now? System defined default value. So that a system defined default value, I'm going to changing with the user defined default value. Understand now? Understand now? Yes. Okay, I'm going to changing with the user defined default value. So changing means what now? Modifying. Changing means what now? Modification. That's why here we are using modify keyword. Okay na? Understand na? Again, don't ask me, sir, again, why are you using? Okay, right, right. So modify which column, that column name you have to send default value. You have to send default value. Understand na? Right. Let you come out. Let you come out. I just go to create one table. Create table. The table name EMP66. Now employee ID, comma salary was taken. But on this table, I'm not using any default. I'm not using any default, right? Now I want to add now. So I'm going to adding now. Alter table, table name EMP66. Modify column name, salary call, default value. I want to assign 8,000 rupees. Okay. To this salary column, I'm assigning here 8,000 rupees. Okay, right. Let you see. Now table is altered. Now table is altered. Now, now this default value 8,000 is added or not. If you want to check, then you just try this. Insert into EMP66, 66 offer. Now I'm passing EID. Sending values 1021. 1021. 1021. I left my salary column. I left my salary column and let you see to execute now what it was happening. You can observe. Yes. Now let you come out. Let you come out. So what it was taken by default 8,000. Okay, now understand my point here. Okay, right. So now this is how we can now later you can send any, okay, any number of one, okay, any number of 1022 and 2 executed. So again it was accepting here. Let you call and EMP66 you can go to call. So this is how to adding your default value. Same to same how we are adding default value, same pattern how to remove default value from an existing table call. Okay, so yeah, remove means what happened here? There is no different syntax, same syntax, because just I want to change the default value here. Just I want to change my default value here. That's it. So I want to change it. So same syntax, just I'm giving now. Observe alter table Okay, so alter table, the table name is what now? EMP 66. Okay, I'm using modify. Which column? Salary. What is your default? So first 8,000. Now I just make it what now? Null. Okay, now I just make it here null. Once you just make it null, what it was happen, you can see, suppose I'm inserting here 66, okay, 66, now 1023 I'm sending. What it was happen, you can see the row is accepted, what it was taken, your EMP 66. Let you see what it was taken, guys, come on. By default, again, what it was taken? Null. So that means whatever the user was given 8,000 rupees, that 8,000 rupees is going to be changed here. That 8,000 is removed here. And when you removed by default, again, what it was taken? Null value was taken. Null value was taken. Understand now? So this is how to adding and how to removing your default value of a particular column. Okay now, so these are, guys, your constants. These are your complete constants. Whatever the constants are there, the complete constants we completed. And now your constant data integrity is a one phase. In data integrity mechanism is one phase is completed, and the second phase is there, that is called a triggers. The second phase is there, that is called as a triggers. But I said triggers, the concept is not under SQL concept. Trigger is a concept of PLSQL. So when we started PLSQL, in that I will show you, okay, what is now triggers. Okay, now, so that we will see in the second part of Oracle PLSQL language. Okay, now, so these are SQL part of yes. Okay, this is SQL part of data integrity mechanism. Okay, right. And this complete notes, after this class you will be receiving this complete notes, guys, here. And once receiving, you have to practice it. Okay, now, right, yes. And next the next topic is, okay, one more new topic in SQL part, but that I will start it in tomorrow's session. I will go for that part, the new topic in SQL. Okay, now? So after this class, after 10 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, you can go to Google Classroom link. Okay, the notes will be available, and take that notes and practice once your side also to get more clarity. Okay, now, right, yes. Thank you so much.